Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today for this session on integrating technologies in metro rail projects, lessons, and innovations. Allow me to brief you a little bit about the agenda of today's. After the welcome remarks by Mrs. Lucia Paternina, Head of the Economic and Commercial Office of Spain in India, a keynote address will be given by Dr. Nina Fenton, Head of the European Investment Bank for South Asia, and Mr. Antonio Lleras, Coordinator of Accessibility, Exteriors, and Signaling of Metro de Madrid. Afterwards, Mr. Pande, Director of Delhi Metro, will moderate the conversation between 6 internationally renowned Spanish companies in the sector: Ardanui, Ayesa, CAF, Cemosa, Colin Buchanan, and Teltronic. So, without further ado, I give way to Mrs. Lucia Paternina to give her welcoming remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Gonzalo, and thank all of you for joining us today for this roundtable. I think it is a great opportunity to discuss how the expertise of companies that have projects all around the world can contribute to the development of the metro network in India. Of course, addressing its unique challenges and fostering the collaboration with local stakeholders. I would like to extend a special thank you to Dr. Nina Fenton. I think that your presence here today is a sign of the strong ties between the European Union and India, and also of the commitment of Team Europe in strengthening the collaboration in the transport infrastructure sector with India. I would also like to thank Mr. Antonio Lleras for coming all the way to India to share your insights with us, and Mr. Pande for accepting the invitation to moderate this event. Currently, India has the 4th largest metro network in the world, just after China, the US, and South Korea. Of course, it will continue to grow following the government's commitment to strengthening the urban transport network in all the cities. The metro sector is going to play a crucial role in reducing traffic congestions in the cities and also reducing pollution. Spain would like to contribute to these extensive efforts being done by India to develop a metro network that is efficient, safe, and sustainable. In this sense, I am very happy. It is a pleasure for Spain to be present at Urban Mobility India 2023 with a delegation of 7 Spanish companies that represent the innovation and the potential of our country. These remarkable companies, Ardanui, Ayesa, CAF, Cemosa, Colin Buchanan, Metro Madrid, and Teltronic, each of them contribute uniquely to the advancement of the metro sector. The Spanish railway industry supplies cutting-edge solutions and provides a portfolio of state-of-the-art services that is based on the experience all these companies acquired while developing the Spanish railway network, which is one of the most extensive and most advanced in the world. In fact, one of our strengths is that we cover the whole value chain. The offer of Spanish companies goes from the first steps of planning and financing to the final commissioning, covering design, construction, and maintenance of metro, tram, traditional, or high-speed railway lines anywhere around the world. Also, we count with major manufacturers of rolling stock, and associated equipment and components. Another key characteristic is the commitment to research and innovation and technological development, and we can see the results of this in the solutions provided for signaling systems, communications, or passenger informations. We trust that the discussion in Urban Mobility India, including also this roundtable, will bring out solutions, ideas, and advances for the metro sector in India. And we also hope that the Spanish companies will play a key role in it. I am eager to listen and to learn from all the experts that we have gathered today in this roundtable. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Lucia. Miss Nina, thank you.
Thank you very much. It's really an honor to be here today on behalf of the European Investment Bank, the Bank of the European Union. But I have to confess that when I was first asked, when my friends at the Spanish embassy asked me to come, I was really nervous to accept this invitation. Because what am I? I'm an economist, and I'm sort of a banker, but I'm definitely not a technical expert, and I'm definitely not an engineer. So, really, this is a session about technological innovations, integrating technologies. Who am I to sit next to Delhi Metro, to Madrid Metro, and talk about these topics? But actually, I thought, over the past year and a half here in India, it's been really one of the biggest pleasures for me to actually meet with our clients and visit the metros that we've supported. I mean, you probably know that EIB has partly financed 6 metro projects in India. I think the total of commitment is today 2.3 billion, so it's a significant portfolio. And actually, every time I visit those metros, I'm really stunned, as our engineers as well, by the technological innovations that are going on there, and by sort of the caliber of what we see happening here. So I just wanted to really kick off the discussion by saying a few words about how I see the importance of technology, some of the nice examples that I can point to, and maybe a few thoughts about what we can do to support that. So I'm going to focus actually on the importance of technology, not for the engineering side, firstly because I'm not an expert, but secondly because actually for EIB as a financier, that's not our problem here in India. You know, a colleague, even the engineers have said to me, you know, we seldom have to really intervene on the engineering side. But for us, what really makes a difference on projects, on whether we go in, how fast we can move, and whether we face delays, is really the environmental and social side. Because as the Bank of the European Union, we are financing these projects firstly because we believe these are a good investment over the long period. We invest with tenors of 20 to 25 years. We believe that, you know, this will easily pay our money back, but mainly because we want to see those environmental and social benefits. So of course, with a climate bank, we want to see people getting off the roads and into this clean mode of transport. We are really passionate about the benefits for the local environment, reducing the air pollution, reducing the congestion, and the benefits for the people themselves. And for me, when I go to visit the projects, actually, that's what we focus on with the clients, because they can already do the engineering largely, but those are really the areas where sometimes we are able to add value, and sometimes they're able to point to innovations that we can also take to our projects inside the EU. And just a few examples of that. The client I'm most familiar with, just because they happen to be located closest, is the Uttar Pradesh Metro Rail Company, where we have supported Agra, Lucknow, and Kanpur. And they, you know, every time I go there, I see something new. On the environmental side, I think they've done a phenomenal job with energy efficiency, for example. When we went to Lucknow, one of the first things they pointed out was the use of LED lighting throughout all the stations. I think they were the first company to have that throughout all stations. The use of solar rooftop to really save energy. And also integrating sometimes older technologies that allow them to improve the environment in an energy efficient way. So last time we were in Agra, actually, we talked to the head architect who showed us some of the ventilation that they had done in the stations so that they are able to keep the stations cool and comfortable for the clients, but without expending too much energy. And then finally, they talked to us a lot about air conditioning in the carriages and the fact that they have installed, I'm not a technical expert, but they are monitoring the CO2 levels so that they are not air conditioning too much or too little. And as someone who, you know, in London, I've ridden the underground a lot, and in Germany as well, and it's always too hot or too cold. So I think, you know, that kind of innovation is so important. And apparently, they have told me that it has saved them, all of these measures together, 33 lakh kilowatts of energy and 2.47 crore rupees. So I think these are really important measures. And of course, for us, the environmental is really top of the list, but this also supports the economic sustainability and financial sustainability of the project. And then, of course, there's the people side of things. And I think we often think of technological innovation as being sort of a hardcore, you know, geeky tech sector thing, but actually it only works if it's really working for the people and with the people. And that's something that I've seen very nice with UPM RCL, is really how everything is interacting. So one of the biggest things they're very proud of is the customer relationship management system. You know, and they're really using technology to track and analyze any complaints that are coming in, any issues that they see. But of course, it's the people who are operating that system that are really making a difference. And, you know, other innovations, one of the things when we first started coming here, actually, it was very shortly after COVID. And one of the things that they worked on, and I think was quite innovative at the time, was the UV-based sanitation for tokens and also for carriages. And actually at home, I have a little UV box that we got during COVID to sanitize our mobile phones. So I was really fascinated to see that. And it's really a very important measure because it was allowing them to keep the services running for the people at a time where, you know, the threat level was quite high from the COVID. And of course, those are not the only examples. So we also work very closely with Maha Metro. And I haven't yet had the pleasure of visiting, but the Pune Metro, one of the most important things there was to maintain the greenery. So I know it's a very green city, a lot of trees. And I know that this is something that India and the Indian government take very seriously. And they presented to us last time we met on their tree planting and replanting program. And that's actually technology. Some of this technology is not new. Some of it is, you know, techniques that have been used in India for, I don't know, maybe hundreds, maybe thousands of years, kind of blended also with newer technologies to really make that a measure that's feasible, so that we can build metros without completely compromising the environment. And just as an example of how actually this has very practical implications for the projects, one of the things that for us can most often interrupt a project, probably for many of you as well, is complaints. And on Pune, we've had several complaints, and one of them, very specifically, some people in the local community were really worried about the transplantation of the trees. And with Maha Metro and with our complaints mechanism, on that aspect, they were able to reassure the people. And I think they actually physically went and showed them where have the trees been put, and they were really able to reassure them that this has been dealt with, and there was a good resolution of that complaint with the dispute mechanism. So I just wanted to point to these examples because I think technology, it's about the engineering, but it's also really about the environmental and social. And for a financier like us, that is really, really so central. I just wanted to finish with like a couple of ideas on what we can all do to support. And firstly, I think days like today, it's so important. It's really like about sharing experiences, sharing best practices within India and between India and Europe. I think that's so valuable, and it's great that we have the support of the EU, of the Spanish, of the Germans. I know have also been supporting this event. So I think that's something really important to see. And, you know, as the EIB, we hope also at some points we play our role there. And I'm certainly looking very forward to hearing. I know Metro de Madrid is also an EIB client. I have never been involved, so I'm excited to hear what's going on there. I did a little Google and I understood, for example, driverless trains. So maybe we hear a little bit about that. As a financier, we also try to do our bit with sharing knowledge. Every time we support a project, we have our own technical team, engineers, but also environmental and social experts. So we can really make sure that the best technologies are being brought in the most appropriate for the case. And the final point I wanted to make, and this sometimes a little bit sensitive point actually, is about procurement. Because probably all of you know, as the EU bank, we have to follow EU rules on procurement, which basically require, for anything of any major size, international open bidding process. And this is sensitive because from both sides, we sometimes get, I don't want to say complaints, but we sometimes get questioned about this, because on the European side, sometimes the companies or the member states are asking us, okay, but you know, why can't you do tied financing like some other countries do? You know, why can't you have a preference for us? Understandable, you know, it's the role of the EU to help promote European companies. But on the other side, of course, India wants to build up its own domestic capacities. So there's the Made in India policy. So we face this on both sides. And I can understand both sides, because it's very legitimate for India to want to build up its own capacities, and it's also very legitimate for the EU to want to promote European companies. But actually, I see the metro sector, what I see there is we go with the open bidding, and we see Indian companies winning, sometimes on their own, sometimes together with European companies, sometimes together with other companies. We see the European companies coming in. I know on our metro projects we have Spanish companies, we have Italian companies, we have Indian companies. And I think actually here we see an example of a sector where, in my opinion, not being a technical expert, but where we're really seeing the benefits of that openness, especially when the companies are working together, because it allows that kind of cross-fertilization. So for me, a little plug to say that principle in many places really can show its benefits, not just the kind of economic efficiency of going for the cheapest bidder, but for the best bidder in terms of the technologies. So I'll close there just to say, as EIB, we're very excited about the future. We've been extremely happy with our collaborations in India, and there's a lot more to do. Of course, the sector is changing. Not yet, but soon all the big metros will be done, perhaps, and we will start thinking, okay, what are the best solutions for smaller cities, secondary cities? We're moving towards light rail. There will be electric buses coming in. So I think there's a lot more to do, and of course, technologies will play their role there as well. So I really look forward to hearing from all of you today and really learning what's on the table. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nina. Please, Antonio, the floor is yours.
Hello, good morning to everybody. First of all, thank you for the organizers of this event to have invited Metro Madrid to this and having the opportunity to talk to you today. Thank you, Nina, for your words. When you were talking, I was remembering that last year we have modernized different stations in Madrid, and we have implemented elevators in all the stations. And Europe gave us the 50% of this budget, so it was. I remember it was a great news to create also works in Madrid. Metro Madrid was created in 1916. The first line, Line 1, was inaugurated in 1919. Only 3 years later, it was the first line linked two big stations, two big squares in Madrid, and it was a length of 3.6 kilometers, and it only costed $50,000 in that moment. I think it was a record just building this in 3 years and operating trains in a journey that take 10 minutes only. Now we have been increasing our length of the network. We have 300 stations and more than 300 kilometers and 12 lines. Our network is increasing now. We are trying to make a big one line from the southwest to the northeast. It's line 11, which will connect the southwest in Madrid to the south to the airport. And we will also have the connection of the high-speed trains, and it's like a very big intermodal place with the airport, high train, suburban railway, and metro and bus. So I think it's important to think about that. The budget now in metro is 1.6 million euro a year, and we have around 7,000 employees. Now, in 104 years later, we think it's important to modernize the installations we have. Most of them are quite modern, but we have stations with 104 years of history. So we need to modernize them with the systems that we have today. That's the reason we always need the help of these companies that we have here today, that are continuously working with different metros and especially in Asia, where you have a very good technology and digital systems that are, I think, quite useful in Spain. But also we have an important experience to maintain our network. That, for example, I think I'm going to count something. In 25, I met an Indian student in Madrid in the Polytechnical University. I had finished my civil engineer career, and he came from Delhi. He was called Vipul Modi, like your president, but he's not your president, of course. And he told me that he was happy because they have their first line here of metro in Delhi. So when I came here yesterday and I saw the Delhi metro map, I was expecting one line, two lines, three lines. Just 20 years ago, when I realized you had more kilometers than Madrid, I was really surprised with what I was seeing. But I think it's very important how to maintain this. It's quite difficult to maintain all those tracks, all those wires, all those systems you have, and it's very important to think about how to maintain it and the experience of these companies that work in there. As I told you, all these companies, when I read the companies that were coming here today, we have a lot of contact with them. I have talked about people that have worked with me, with Ayesa and Buchanan and CAF and most of them are done with Teltronics. I hope, and CAF, of course, when you first get into the metro train in Madrid, it's very, very common to see a CAF train. And so I think they are going to tell you really their experience, and you will have a lot of good things from them. So just, I think they can talk to them.
Thank you, Mr. Antonio. Please, Mr. Pandey, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Om Hari Pandey. I'm Director Electrical in Delhi Metro. So first of all, welcome here in this session on a very pleasant Saturday morning. Sorry to pull you out here on a weekend, but I can promise you that you will gain much more than what you end up losing coming here on a Saturday. The topic of this today's session is integrating technologies in metro rail sector, metro rail projects, and lessons and innovations. The topic is well known and needs no introduction. We have been talking about the role of metro in the finding urban transport solutions in the growing cities. And as you all know, somebody spoken yesterday in the inaugural session also, and today also in the beginning, that present metro kilometers already under operation in India are 4th largest in the world, and the amount of kilometers under construction will take from 4th position to the 2nd position probably in the next 2 years. And this brings the lot of challenges, and despite metros are being known for their energy efficient and comfortable ride, etc., the debate which is going on particularly in India is about its sustainability and financial viability. Almost after their introduction to all the big cities, major cities, the tier 2 cities and tier 3 cities are also now vying for having the metro. The opportunity was rightly seen by the Honorable Prime Minister when he decided to give an impetus right from 2014, and today the solutions which we are looking for to make it affordable for the Indian cities, particularly the tier 2 and the tier 3, lies in finding a cheaper metro. When I say cheaper metro, maybe the light metro, having lesser cost, but maybe not without compromising any of the major features, optimizing the construction cost, maybe make in India, or developing the supply chain in India. And Spanish companies, I know them because in Delhi Metro we have been working with them for quite a long time. We are working with CAF. The moment you land in T3 airport, the first train is a CAF train itself. We are working with Ardune, Aisha, all 3 companies are here. We have also been working with MTC, Denobet, they are not here. So I can tell you that Spanish companies are here. They have set up their offices, they are working here. they may not have been participating in a big way in the metro development here in India, but they have the innovative technologies, they have the total commitment for Make in India, and probably generating employment or developing the industrial base, make India a supply chain for their global projects. So in this session, we will be basically discussing, hearing from them, their experiences. And just now we heard that the Madrid Metro is almost 103, 104 years old. It is something like Delhi Metro. And they are now undergoing renovation. Yesterday we are discussing with them. They have started the renovations of some of their metro stations, their systems. Almost Delhi Metro have also started the same thing. So there will be a lot of opportunity here. So in this session, we are going to focus basically to share the experience and how the technologies from the Spanish companies can be made use of in the Indian metro context, and seeking the mutual beneficial relationship, partnerships to grow together, to share the experience, and particularly in the duly involving the local sector, because the emphasis is on Make in India. And along with the Spanish companies, the two of the Indian companies which are contributing in a major way are also here to participate in this session. One is the Bharat Electronics Limited. It is a well-known giant supporting the defense sector, and now they are opening their doors for the Indian metros also. And another one is BEML, Bharat Electrical Movers Limited. They need introduction only in one line, that they are the CAF of India, something like that. So with these words, I will like to introduce these companies in a brief, and I will take the help of my notes and go by the sequence in which they will be requested to present their companies, the portfolio, and what they are doing already in India, and what they are looking for, what type of support they are looking for in terms of change in policies or change in procurement specifications, etc., or design specifications. First one is the CAF. It is being represented by Mr. Vinay Kumar, Commercial Director. I request to please raise the hand when I say so that everybody can recognize. CAF India is basically, I will say, one of the biggest car builder. They have already set up their shop in India. They are the supplier of that Airport Express in India, running. It has already started running on 120 kmph, for which it was designed for. The thing which may not be known to most of you is that they also are the signaling designer, signaling manufacturer, and they are also in the infrastructure projects. Then the second one is Ordune, represented by Mr. Alberto Gonzalez. He is well known to us. He is here in India for a very long time. He has worked in the past as a state design consultant, and presently also he is working in one of our projects. And their expertise in providing the consultancy, both metro as well as high speed, suburban rail, etc. The third company is a little unknown to us, particularly Delhi Metro and India. It's Colin Buchman, represented by Mr. Enrique Huertas. We interacted with them. The most interesting part is that they are in the field of simulation and traffic simulations. We, while building a new line in India, we often get blame either making the stations too big or too small. So, and subsequent to the opening of first line or second line, when another line comes, another interchange station comes, then also we sometimes face the similar type of dilemma that either the congestion comes up or the station becomes empty. So they are in the traffic simulations on a running station also, and probably the stations which are under the conceptual stage of designing also. And the most important part is that they also suggest the changes in the traffic operations in order to control the crowding, finding the ways and means to facilitate the commuters' movement, ease of commuter movement. So the fourth one is Teltronic, represented by Mr. Edwin Cruz, and it's totally a telecom company, and their latest introduction is that they are one of the supplier of communications to our Namo Bharat, what you call RRTS, or earlier there was a different name, but now it's Namo Bharat. So they are the supplier of that. They are in the business of completely wireless communications of all types, whether it is Tetra, whether it is LTE, whether it is broadband, and they provide the solutions. And in India, we are having monopoly of certain few companies. So we are very eagerly looking for them to enter India. Presently they don't have big base, but only yesterday you are talking about that Delhi Metro is going to float tenders for Patna Metro and one or two more metros. So why don't you try and compete for the telecom tender? So yeah, so we will like them to come here because I've seen I have been to their manufacturing unit, their design unit in Zaragoza, I think.
Zaragoza.
Yeah, it's great. The company is very great. And then Semosa, being represented by Mr. Luis, I'm sorry if I'm not able to pronounce correctly, Luis Jimenez Rendodo. Yeah. So they are doing the most important job of providing the quality control related services. They also do the what you call safety and environment related studies, and also the geotechnical studies. And I understand that they also do the GC, general consultant type of work, and they're working already at few places. Then we have Aisha, being represented by Mr. Mariano Alvarez, right? So he is also not new to us. He has been working for Delhi Metro and other metros in India. Their expertise is basically for the design consultancy. And other than the civil design or the architectural design, they do other types of designing also, which I'm sure he will be briefing up in his coverage. And then in the end, the Metro Madrid, you have already heard Mr. Antonio Liares. The most beautiful part which he has not told all of you is that in Madrid, almost 75 to 80% of the residents have a metro station within 500 to 600 meters of their home, which is a dream which Dr. Sridharan, who is the I will say the father of the metro in India, he had a dream, and we also have a dream, something like that. So it is already there in Madrid Metro, and it is very similar to Delhi Metro, almost 300 kilometers, 7,000 employees, 300 stations, something like that. And there's a lot to learn from Madrid Metro, and I hope he will be covering something more. So with this, okay, sorry, I forgot to introduce Mr. Anup Kumar Rai. He's Chief Scientist, Bharat Electronics Limited. As I said, Bharat Electronics is basically a Government of India PSU dedicated to Ministry of Defense. Few years back, They were totally dedicated to defense industries and defense requirements only. But with opening of business in India, they have been given a mandate that they can introduce their expertise to help metro sector finding solutions to different technologies which are either getting obsolete or need a replacement, or where there is a need to become self-reliant. So he's doing a great job. He is doing 2-3 projects with us. And then KN Ramesh, he's executive director from Bharat BEML, and BML is presently one of the, I will say, largest car builder, not only of metro trains. Recently they got order for Vande Bharat also, and they have been associated with us from more than 20 years. So with this introduction, I will close here, and I will invite the companies starting from CAF to give the brief introduction, their company's portfolio and other things, wherever he wants us to collaborate, Indian companies, Indian stakeholders to collaborate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. It's always pleasure to listen to you and the grabs a lot of things from them. Thank you for arranging this workshop. I think this is going to be quite interactive, where we will present where we are, as well as what are the different challenges we are facing in terms of moving ahead. I hope our concern will be addressed down the line, so that business as smooth as possible happen in India. Thank you. CAF has started rolling stock business in Spain in 1861. It means you can say more than 150 years. But in the beginning, initial 50 years, we was more focused towards wagons, rehabilitation and all. In 1917, that was the year we started trade manufacturing, rolling stock real manufacturing. From that 1917 onwards, it's now more than 100 years, we are into rolling stock business across the world. We are present in 40 different countries with 200 plus projects, with 50 plus maintenance center across world. And in India in 2010, we have supplied Delhi Airport Metro Link project, which was mentioned by Mr. Pandey. I am proud to say that that product is performing very well, very reliable. I am 100% sure Mr. Pandey will bless this statement down the line. Thank you. After that, we have participated in various tenders in India. In the recent past, with the close marginal differences, we have lost Delhi Metro. We was L2 in that. We have now the status of CAF India. We have acquired land near to Delhi for the industrial rolling stock manufacturing factory setup. We are waiting for the contract to get awarded, so that immediately we construct the factory and participate in the Make in India process and contribute here. That is the status. Last year we have taken a call to start engineering center. It's not for global local, it's a global engineering design center here. And today I'm happy to say that within a span of 9 months now, we have a strength of 50 engineers designing here. International projects, international trend, they are participating on global projects. So this is the base we have started and plan to grow this engineering center exponential manner. Maybe by next couple of years, if everything goes well, if we are able to demonstrate the result, which we are very hopeful, we can reach 200 to 300 engineering design center strength in India, irrespective of Indian project. That is the vision. It implies that CAF is really very keen to work in Indian market, focus on this market, because this is the strategic market for CAF point of view. And at the same time, business is growing significantly. If we see the last 5 year, average order book has been to different companies in India, 600 to 700 cars per year. That is the average. And it is expected to grow in the similar fashion over the decade or maybe higher. So this means this market cannot be ignored, and this is why CAF point of view is a strategic market. We have certain concern achievement, I will say, and what are the challenges we are facing. We are participating in different metros. We see a turnaround in approach in terms of tender, which is welcoming stage. For example, inclusion of maintenance for 15-year, comprehensive maintenance along with the supply of trains. That is really welcome stage, and every stakeholders is gaining from that. Even end customer will have less challenge in terms of spare, in terms of maintenance, and the cost-effective manner where rolling stock is contractor is responsible to maintain the train. That is welcome stage. However, in the certain tenders, we face certain term conditions like inclusion of DLP in the tender itself, which is creating unnecessary risk. With the certain provision of extension of DLP and all, it means it's a open, somehow open-ended contractual condition that force different bidder. That it means different bidder who is participating on that tender can consider certain risk of 6 months. Somebody consider there is no risk of extension. Somebody consider 2 year. It means it's not uniform for all the bidders. So we have to consider such type of condition, rethink how we can bring all the industry, all the participant at the same level. Second critical point, what we are facing in the different tender conditions, some tenders comes with the train supply within 14-15 months. This is not normal. I'm sorry. I have been I have been part of the project in my previous organization where 15 months we delivered the train, but actual commissioning and real purpose being served only after about 30 months. Train is not mature enough, a lot of problems, and then it takes 30 months to commission for the real purpose for end user. This is why, like Delhi Metro, 20, 21 month, 22 month, 24 months, it's okay. Minimum 20 month has to be given for rolling stock supply, then 6 months for commissioning. If this is the window respected, train will be mature, it will be serving the real purpose, and every stakeholder will be happy. Lot of problem happen on the train, lot of modification, and somehow we deliver a product which is not working in the beginning, and then with a lot of modification we play with the train life as well. We will face on such projects down the line based on our learning experience of more than 100 years. We are going to face as a country on such projects big challenge down the line when we do the rehabilitation. So this is the keynote, has to be really addressed by the decision maker, the committee who decides the tender conditions. I hope these 2 points will be taken care. Remaining point of view, we are very well within the market requirement, and we are trying hard to participate and come with the Make in India process. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vinay. In fact, Vinay has been a old friend of mine. You described certain issues related with the rolling stock tenders in India. So I would like to know, one of them was the decreasing manufacturing time or delivery time of the train being prescribed in the tenders. So as per you, what is the ideal time from design stage to testing and commissioning?
Its ideal time will be 24 month contract NTP plus 24 month should be the time for first gen delivery. That is based on the global experience. In Europe, normally we get about 30 months. However, we can meet up to 24 months. That should be the ideal. Below 24 months is a lot of complexity comes on the first initial product, and then lot of modification happens.
I agree with you, Vinay. Recently I was in Paris, and there also I asked the same question from the metro authorities. There also the answer was 24 months.
Yeah.
But I would like to clarify one thing here, that India has entered into the metro sector a little late, after it has realized the problem of growing congestion, growing pollution, reducing the commuting time, etc. So we have to catch up fast.
Yeah.
So if you see across the cities, the construction time of metros is decreasing. And I was discussing with the managing director of UP Metro. He is my friend, and he said that he will be able to commission Agra Metro, I think in less than 2 years' time. And he says that probably it will go into the Guinness Book of World Record. So if the overall, since we have to catch up fast, right? We are lagging behind, we have to catch up fast. So if the overall construction time is getting reduced, so the rolling stock manufacturers have to also tighten their belt probably. And we also discussed that we can help by way of standardizing the specification and maybe ease of other tender qualifications, etc., so that the product becomes less designing is needed, and with the standardization, the manufacturing also becomes faster. So that is the way. Yeah, sir. We will open the question answer session for all the listeners and the answer.
Sorry.
That was my next question to him. That the metros plan a certain number of trains in the beginning, and as they grow, either they extend the same line or another new line comes. In order to keep the OPEX to the minimum, the best thing is to have similar type of systems, similar type of trains specifications. So what is your take on this?
Yeah, thank you, sir. We'll come on this separately, sir. We have to establish in India, of course, for the industrial footprint setup. If there is make in India condition with 33 car or 30 car odd may not fulfill the initial hungerness. I am sure you will appreciate this. If this is the same specification as Delhi Airport Metro line, and it is allowed as an option to bring it from Spain, we are ready to consider. I think we had some initial discussion on this topic earlier. I was in Hyderabad a couple of months back. So we are okay. We will see. We will see that part. That can be taken care.
Sir, we'll go to the next speaker.
Yeah,
I will only supplement him. This airport express can be brought in the minimum possible time as per standard of 2009-10, only because this train is exact replica of Airport Express, which is running in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, yes.
Yeah.
Right. So that was the idea. So okay, now I will sir, it's time for the second speaker.
Yeah,
I will invite Mr. Alberto Gonzalez from Ardeni.
Okay, Mr. Pande, thank you so much for your introduction. I'm sorry to interrupt the nice discussion when it was open. Well, also I want to thank, of course, the Spanish Commercial Office for allowing me to participate in this interesting table. Metro in Madrid, also Dr. Nina from the European Investment Bank. Well, I would like just to make a brief introduction about our company, just complementing what Mr. Pande has talked about. Ardanui is a Spanish consultancy company. We started our operation in 1992 from the scratch. We are absolutely independent company, not depending of any group, any investors, any contractors. We grow from the scratch with the big development of the railway industry that happened in Spain during those 90s and 2000. When we have one good size, we start making our international expanding. And well, nowadays we have permanent offices in 6 countries all around the world, in 5 continents. In India, we started our operation in 2007. It was my first trip to this country. The company is very specialized in railways. 90% of our activity is within this sector. When I say railways, of course, include metro and tramways and all the urban transport. And from our beginning in India, we try to participate in the metro projects because we saw that there are the ones that are really taking more innovation and more in a modern way, no. So our first good contract, let's say our first main contract was with Delhi Metro. It was the electrification of Line 7. And well, from that, this allows us to open the door to other metros, other technologies, other clients. And well, nowadays we are participating in up to 6 or 7 metros. Well, we have of course, our main office is here in Delhi, and then we have also some project offices in different points. And well, our intention, of course, is to try to help to develop the innovative and the new tendencies, no, in the market here in India. Our company uses to participate in the vanguard projects. We are also participating in the European Union framework contracts in the Shift to Rail programs, and well, we also has one investment and department. So well, we are happy to collaborate in this.
Okay, thank you very much. I have a very small question to you. That how do you help your design using different type of simulation software to reach to a optimum and I will say moderate cost for the whole traction system or power supply system?
Okay, well, I think that not only the software's development and not only the electrification, but all these new emerging technologies that are arising in the railways can help a lot, no, in the running of the new railways. Tendencies like the BIM, the digitalization, of course, the software simulation can help in several important factors, no, like of course the safety, because this may allow to make maintenance in a much better, let's say, way, no, optimization not only the cost but also to allow to change the main let's say components, no, in an efficient way. Then also increase, very important, no, the traffic management operation, no, because allows to run more trains in less time, no, so increasing the number of trains, the frequency, and will also this help to decrease the number of cars from the street. Of course, helping the environmental, no, that Dr. Nina expressed that is one of the most important things, no. For example, in this city, Delhi, that with very high pollution, no. So we understand that to increase this or increase the efficiency of the energy, electrification is helps a lot to this. And finally, of course, the cost, no, the cost is important and more in this country. So we understand that acting from the design will really help to diminish the cost, no. And I would like also to raise one suggestion, no, to the things to do in India, no, that as I see in the sector, no, that sometimes the budget dedicated to the design is too low, no. We see that in the level of service in the consultancy services. Many times you have much more budget to the general consultancy projects, to the PMC contracts, but the design stage, many times the budget is too low, no? And we understand that with a bit more investment in design, of course, then you may have a lot of savings, a lot of benefits during the construction and also in the operation stage, no? All these let's say parameters that I told, no, of in safety and these new technologies, the needs some budget to be develop, no? And
Sorry to interrupt. I have a subsidiary question on this. While we were discussing on this topic today morning and yesterday also, you said the competition in the design consultancy is very hot, and it is becoming increasingly difficult to participate and get the business here. So, can you suggest? Normally, we go for two-packet tender system, where first we open the qualification, evaluate the bidders on the qualification account. So, can you suggest us some of the key parameters where your company is having an edge over your competitors, maybe by way of helping the customer in reducing the cost or bringing the new technology or innovation? Can you suggest something?
yes. Well, first, let me tell that, well, when we arrived in 2008, there were up to 6-7 Spanish consultancy companies here in India. 15 years later, just Ayesa and Ardanui remains. So this is one of the reasons, no, because we see that the budget available for consultancy is not enough, no. And answering your question, well, let's say the tool that we use in Spain is that every contract or every design project has an initial budget. So then, of course, the tenderers, the companies has to first of all qualify. This is like is used in India, but then there is something like a limit for you cannot go below that point. No, if you go down, then you go into I don't know how to say in English, baja temeraria. No, it's like so. If you are there, then you are eliminated from the tender. No? So then this just help to keep the project, the design contracts in a enough, let's say, quality base. No, if you go too low, then it's impossible to give the necessary quality. You cannot dedicate enough time.
Thank you very much. Now I will invite Mr. Enrique from Colin Goochman.
Thank you very much, Pandy. Thank you very much, the Commercial Office of the Spanish Embassy in India, Madrid Metro, the European Investment Bank. Dr. Nina, thank you very much. Well, we are the new kids on the block here. We haven't worked in India before, although we are actually not that new. Colin Buchanan, or Buchanan Consultores, established itself back in 2007 in Madrid, but our origins date back to 1964, where Sir Colin Buchanan, famously known for his Traffic in Towns report, already addressed back almost 60 years ago the importance of ensuring that both transport planning and urban planning go hand in hand. He was a visionary in the sense that public transport was key to the future of the cities. We have evolved from them. We are a fully owned Spanish company based in Madrid, as I previously said. And we perhaps have specialized in this particular field that we are talking now, metros. We have specialized in the pedestrian simulation of crowd simulation of passengers in stations. And we have worked, of course, with Madrid Metro, but we have worked all over the world with some of the companies already present here, like Ayesa in Riyadh Metro, but also Barcelona, Jerusalem, Singapore, Vancouver, and other various places. Our approach, it's perhaps to have a multimodal approach, a multidisciplinary approach to the multimodal issue. We are engineers at heart, but also sociologists, architects, economists, because it's the importance of having that different perspective of our colleagues that makes the project succeed. For us, it is very important to establish the difference, and that's where we think we can add value. Generally, when metros are built, they follow the building codes, okay? But the building codes are very rigid, as to say, and perhaps are not able to address the real issues that such complex infrastructure, such a metro station, really bring. So instead of the prescriptive design by the codes, we use performance-based design analysis, using simulation techniques that are enabling to seamlessly bring together the different components of a railway station, from the train arriving at a platform, the train itself, the vehicle, but also that interference with the platform, the crucial moment, the border, where all the major problems may occur, but also what happens within the station, escalators, all these complex subsystems on their own need to be addressed. There is a moment now for India, and yes, they are also recently new to the metro world, but clearly we feel we can help them, not just with the stations that have already been built, but those that are going to get built in the following years, ensuring that we don't commit the same mistakes that other metros, all the metros, have learned the hard way. Okay, so this is a brilliant opportunity to actually engage in the kind of work we do, and I really look forward to work with you.
Mr. Enrique, I have a very small question. In Delhi Metro, after we opened our phase 3, on few stations we suddenly started having congestion issue or the passenger movement related issues. So how what type of study is needed to find a solution to this type of problem? What data you will need? Suppose we from Delhi Metro like to engage you, then what sort of data or ground information you will need to find a solution for us? Can you elaborate, please?
Okay. Since the station is already built, well, there are passengers there to see and to notice how they behave. And, well, it's actually easier in a way than if the station wasn't built. Certainly we need demand, because we need to build our origin and destination matrix, and we need to understand what happens inside the station, how the actual building is used by those passengers arriving at the station. But yes, it is quite common that many stations get built and then problems arise that hadn't been foreseen. Well, what we need to do is first to identify how that station works by building a model. We build a simulation model of that very station. Once we've gathered all the data, which doesn't really need to be that complex to obtain, from it, we create a digital twin model. And that digital twin model will enable us to compare the existing conditions we have just observed with those that we are presenting with new alternatives. What if we staggered the turnstile line? What if we actually introduce a change in the operation of the timetabling, perhaps? That could solve the problem. There are several ways that we can address that problem. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. A question slightly away from the metro sector. Using your simulation technique, can you also help in planning the road network in the city? Because in Delhi we keep on seeing that sometimes the road is made one directional. Sometimes they create a U-turn, then see whether it eases the situation. And yesterday also we were talking about the congestion outside the metro stations because of the e-rickshaw, etc. So as a whole, whether your simulation technique is specifically dedicated to metro stations, or it can help in planning the overall road network or the traffic movement in a city like Delhi, Mumbai, or Bangalore. Yesterday we talked about Bangalore also, where the average speed of traffic on road is hardly 15-20 kmph.
Yeah, absolutely. As I mentioned, with transport planners, now we're talking here about metros and pedestrian simulation, but certainly stations are the means by which passengers arrive to the train system, to the metro system, but they have to do so in several transport modes. So we can address those. We can address traffic simulations, traffic modeling, ensuring the public transport, the surface public transport, say buses, but also active mobility such as pedestrians and walking and cycling can efficiently access the station, and most importantly, in a safer way. We do that in all the work we do.
Okay, thank you very much. Now the turn is from Teltronic, Mr. Edwin Cruz. Welcome.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for inviting us actually for this session. So just to give you a quick background about our company. So Teltronic actually is a global leader in providing communication systems, specifically wireless, for mission critical application like in transport and railway and metros. So I believe Mr. Pandi mentioned a good words about our company. He was there from early this year. So he visited our factory in Zaragoza, Spain. So he was amazed of the production line that we have. So basically we design, develop, and manufacture our own product, focusing on wireless technology like LTE, Tetra, and the evolving 5G. So the company has been in business for 50 years since its establishment. We have over 400 employees. It's a small company, basically engineering and culture. So I believe the advantage of developing our own product is we're able to adapt to customer needs. Bundled with our professional service engineering, we can able to build a reliable network, let's say for transport. So communication actually plays a vital role, let's say in the operation of the train, especially let's say for communication of let's say from the train to the depot or to the control center. So basically we handle all of these applications like voice, data, and critical services. Thank you.
Okay. So very interesting question is that what do we need to do to make your entry into in the Indian Metro's telecom business?
Very good, sir. Very good question. Actually, maybe I could just highlight, sir, the recent success that we had with NCRTC. So basically, I believe this is a breakthrough for Teltronic. Just to give you a background of the project, I believe the Delhi Metro is the first, rapid transport system for the three that will be built by NCRTC. So during the conceptualization of the project, they were thinking of what communication technology they would use for the train. So they will need to select, let's say, a future-proof solution that can meet their future demands. There are so many technologies available in the market, sir. So basically, it's evolving. We have Tetra, we have GSMR, and we have LTE. GSMR, as I believe, will be obsolete in 2030. So I don't think it's reasonable to use it now. Tetra is stable and reliable, but at the end of the day, it lacks the support of broadband services. So NCRTC selected LTE technology, which is almost complying to the future rail mobile communication system, which is being defined as the technology in the future for railway. But implementing LTE, I guess, faces a lot of challenge because it evolves in the commercial, not really on the railway that is very critical. So Teltronic was able to provide the solution, sir, our LTE product lines for the train-borne system, for the radio control center, and also the handheld terminals. So since we are complying to FRMCS, okay, the infrastructure was built with with LTE from Nokia. So we had the challenge of interoperating. And since we're compliant with the standards, we were able to seamlessly have the network operational. Answering your question regarding how we can enter, it's a challenge. This is the first time that we're doing. So I do hope that the breakthrough that we had with NCRTC with Open Door for us when it comes to new technology, like migrating from your existing Tetra going to LTE.
So thank you very much, Mr. Edwin.
Yes, sir.
Another thing which I will like to know is that this telecommunication is one technology which is very difficult to keep pace with.
Correct, sir.
Right?
Correct.
It is
definitely.
changing every year.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Sometimes every 6 months or 8 months.
sir. Agree, sir.
So
Agree.
all the metro systems are
Tetra.
which were commissioned maybe in somewhere 2010, 2002, etc. They are facing a lot of problem with regard to upgrading their system as per the latest trend in the market.
Correct, sir. Correct.
So do you think some solution is available for upgrading the old system, the legacy systems which are there even in Delhi Metro 2002? Even iPhone was not there. Right?
I
So-
do.
Can you do you have some solution for upgrading the telecom systems in
Yes,
this
sir.
legacy?
Actually, maybe the right word of choice that I would do is migrating. Okay. So Intertronic, as mentioned, we develop our own products. Maybe I could share to you the success that we had with Metro Madrid. So Metro Madrid for so many years has been using BHF analog radio. So they have initiated to upgrade it to a digital Tetra. So we develop a product we call our hybrid train-borne radio system. So it combines the operation of the two radio communication in one platform. So once Metro Madrid is ready to upgrade to a full Tetra environment, no need for you to change the equipment on the train-borne system. And they can keep on using the old legacy as a backup. Same approach would be for migrating from Tetra, which I believe is being used now in majority of the metro. Later on, I believe you would go migrating or considering LTE in the future. So we can offer you also a Tetra plus LTE platform. And later on, if you plan to go LTE, it would be seamless whenever convenient for you.
So thank you very much. I think you have suggested a way out. So we'll like to share more on this methodology which you followed with Metro Madrid.
Definitely, sir.
Right. So, okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Now I will invite Mr. Luis Jimenez from Simosa, please.
Thank you very much. Well, I want to apologize for my not very good or catastrophic English. So I'm not fluent in it. So I will need my notes. I have my speech written in here. Well, I would like to thank the Ministry of Transport and Urban Mobility of India for organizing this outstanding Congress, Delhi Metro, Madrid Metro, and express my gratitude to the Embassy of Spain and NIFEX for the ongoing support. Cemosa is a 50-year-old engineering company with revenues around $65 million US, with offices in Spain, several Latin American countries, and India. We are a family-owned company. We are easy to treat and very agile in our decision-making process. Cemosa is a reliable company. We always fulfill our commitment with our people, with our clients, and with our partners. Our purpose is to work as a team in the planning, design, management, supervision, and quality control of infrastructure projects that generate wealth and enhance the life of our fellow citizens. We are committed to innovation, development, the use of technologies that optimize the efficiency, safety, and sustainability. Our focus is on maximizing the value that we deliver to our clients. Particularly in India, where we have been present in the last 7 years, we have we have cautiously learned and understood the market. Initially working in consortium with our partner Introsoft, that is Mr. Arshad, a company with extensive experience in India engineering sector. Ultimately, after knowing each other and realizing that our combining effort in India make us stronger, we have formed a permanent joint venture and a new company, Cemosa Introsoft. Well, the title of the roundtable is talk about lessons and innovations. I believe we can all agree that one of the greatest opportunities for all of us involved in the infrastructure sector is the global digitalization. Furthermore, with the use of IE with its immense pool of data, we can optimize the life cycle of our infrastructure, enhancing its viability, sustainability, and reliance and resilience. Well then, what Cemosa and Cemosa Introsoft can offer is our extensive experience in this process of comprehensive and total digitalization. Our experience has not been limited to merely purchasing. Our spirit have not been limited to purchasing and using new applications and technologies emerging in the market. Instead, we have made a special effort with our research and development area, which has allowed us to be to be at the forefront of many of these new technologies. Our research and development chief officer held a senior managing position and sits in the five-member managing committee that run the company. We have achieved this by actively participating in research and development programs sponsored and funded by the European Union, as well as national programs, particularly those of the FEDETI, Spanish bank, not bank, financing research and development project. Funding for this program is granted only when it's demonstrated that the project is innovative, encompassing something unique that has not yet been implemented in the market. Just in the last 10 years, Cemosa has led 16 national programs and 13 European programs. This European program can represent the Formula One of research in Europe. We have been involved in projects with prestigious institutions such as University of Cambridge, Fraunhofer Institute, Siemens, Acciona, or ADIF. I will give you a brief overview of the application technologies, methods, and knowledge that we have learned and used in these last 15 years. Our research and development area have two main lines. One is transport and mobility, and another energy and building, and two cross lines that are digitalization and data science, and the other is circularity and sustainability. In energy and building, our first project was in 2007. It was focused on energy optimization system for buildings using techniques that were known at that time as self-learning. Now it has evolved to machine learning. In this project, we start modeling MEP installation using the emerging BIM technologies that in that time were well developed for architecture, but it was barely developed for MEP installation. That paved our way to several EU research projects focused on energy and building. In those projects, we work on the integration of EOT technologies for assessment of building comfort and energy consumption. We get the importance of user engagement or user-centered solutions. We integrate building into energy flexibility market with the scope of smart grid energy communities. In 2007, we start our first digital platform. We call it the Iconic project. In this project, we developed a platform for integrating quality control, geotechnical characterization, and project and execution control into the BIM technology. There was nothing like this in the market. in the market. In fact, we have to create all the BIM families ourselves. This project was the seed of our digital twin platform. We call it Fembox for infra and for building. This iconic project was developed into a project called iCredit, and the next step was the Fembox for building. It's a digital twin platform specifically designed for buildings. Our digital twin is a virtual replica of the building that evolves alongside it. In it, we have all the information regarding the energy consumption, quality of air, illumination, temperature, humidity, pollution inside and outside the building. Our digital twin is a level 4 comprehensive twin. Autodesk have defined 5 levels. The one is descriptive twin, informative twin, predictive twin. The 4th level is comprehensive twin. That you can do simulate a scenario and consider what if question. The 5th level is an autonomous twin. We are working on this autonomous twin. An autonomous twin make its own decision for energy operation and learns. Our digital twins, our actual digital twins, offer advantage for building user because it allows a user-friendly visualization of energy comfort parameters in the building. User can understand, learn, and improve their energy behavior. It's good for facility managers because it enables an easy identification of malfunctions, inefficiencies, and comfort issues. It's for energy experts because it provides information data. This allows identification of problems and measures to solve them. Moreover, it enables highly accurate energy simulations, which are very useful for analyzing the necessary investment to improve the building's energy performance and the payback period. As we say, we are working in the autonomous twin. In transport and mobility, our first European project was in 2007 always. It focused on railway infrastructure maintenance. This project paved our way to other European research and development projects. We joined the Swift to Rail program and its evolution in the European Rail Joint Undertaking program. We are coordinator of one of the group, the ESGR group, and our role is to develop a digital twin based solution for energy management station and their integration as a producer and consumer in smart grids.
I'm sorry, I have to request you to conclude, please.
Okay, well, we have because I thought that we have a 10 minutes, more or less. Okay, we have already a digital twin for infrastructure. What do we offer? We offer an intelligent asset management platform that improve the management of our infrastructure today, and through massive data analysis and the application of artificial intelligence can optimize the management of our infrastructure through its entire life cycle. I want to say that we are committed to be an active participant in the future development of Metro of India, integrating our expertise in planning, design, and supervision using BIM technology, along with our knowledge of digital twins, energy efficiency solution, and artificial intelligence. Additionally, with our capacity of combining highly skilled teams, both in Spain and India, capable of bringing the best of each country and each individual. So we have 10 minutes.
So thank you very much for introducing this new concept of digital twin. I must admit that I was not aware about use of, though we have started using BIM for designing our stations while building a new line, but for already constructed stations, use of twin BIM to optimize the energy conservation or water consumption is a new thing for us, and we will definitely like to make use of it. A small question to you. How do you do the quality control? Do you depute your team to the customer's construction site, or you provide them the ways and schedule operating procedures or techniques, or you have some instruments? How do you do the quality control?
Well, for big construction, we usually deploy a laboratory on the field. In the laboratory, for quality control, we work in a sub environment that is have a lot of security, has a lot of nobody can manipulate it. It's very difficult to break. Metro infrastructure are strategic infrastructure, are critical infrastructure. So security in the protection of the data is essential. If a terrorist have the access to the documents of the quality control, it can have all the information. So in quality control, we usually deploy our laboratory. We do the test in a sub environment. We provide all the results also in a Bing environment. That was our first project in which we did our platform, so we can provide all our results in Bing, in a Bing environment. But usually, answer your question, if there is a big project, we deploy our people, we put our materials, our instruments, and we did the test with our people, and we provide the result. Our focus in quality control is never to give the result of the test, the result of the test. Our focus is to resolve the problem. We don't focus in, we do is make a test. No, what we do is contribute to have a better infrastructure that you receive what you have paid, and it lasts the time that it has to last, the life cycle.
Okay, thank you very much. Another small ancillary question is that quality control during construction is all about using the right material. So, do you also test the material, certify the material?
Yes. We in the laboratory we test the material. We test the way the material have been put in I don't know how to say, in the construction. Usually, quality control is the patito feo. Is the duct the duct that cannot work in the field. But if you realize with 0.8 of the cost, you are giving the right to the 50% or more of the construction. Usually, quality control used to be hired for the lower price, which is a huge mistake, in my opinion. It's a huge mistake because quality control is not just about giving a result. Quality control is about allowing you to have the best infrastructure for the future.
Overall life cycle cost has to be taken care of.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So, so I will now request Mr. Marino Alvarez, who represents Aisha.
Thank you very much for invite us to present IESA. First of all, I would like to request the organizer to lock the doors because it's almost 1 o'clock, so maybe they are going to run for lunch. So let's remain till the end. I will make it brief. IESA is working in India for the last 14 years. We start with Delhi Metro. Luckily, we start in phase 3. All our colleagues who were working in Delhi Metro, with the growing with the time, now they have become directors in Maha, directors in other metros. So now we have extend our footprint to other metros. We are working in mainly all the cities in India related to metro. I'm very proud that being a Spanish company, we can interact with all the officials who are the quality of the officials are amazing. No, the level of knowledge. That's the reason why India is becoming a production center for the rest of the world, no? Because we don't need to think only the cost. We need to think that the quality of the engineers here is attracting all the investment, and as Spanish companies, we are looking also for this potential, no? Apart from this, I appreciate the words of Dr. Nina, because we work in LACNO, so we were the one who finalized this line. So it's also very proud for the Spanish companies to develop some infrastructure, and then the people appreciate that work is the best thing that we can observe.
Thank you very much. Only yesterday during interaction, I came to know that you have been working as a GC for this RRTS project. So, what were the areas or field where which were interested to this as a role of general consultant?
Basically, Spain is maybe the second largest country with high speed. Of course, we cannot compare with China, no, because the strength of the country. So we joined that group with NCRTC. A few of our colleagues from NCRTC also are here. And as a general consultant for system, I think there are no major challenges there. The main problem is that this is not a metro. It's a semi-high speed, which the design operation is 180 kilometers, and this is not the same as metro, no? So maybe all the officials who were working there are coming from metro. So then we need to change our hat from metro to semi-high speed. So some specifications change, no? Obviously. So this is the only point in which there have been some work that has been done from both of the teams, from NCRTC team and our general consultant team. And we have been able to inaugurate last Friday, and also we were very lucky that also we participate in design of the station. So the 4 stations who has been inaugurated, IESA has work in the design. So if anybody want to take the Rapid X, they can see what is the work that we have developed.
So thank you very much. Next thing is not the question, but the information to all those who are present here. That, as I told you, that Aisha, DMRC is working with Aisha from a very long time, and he has helped us to optimize the air conditioning systems, tunnel ventilation system for the underground, even the power supply systems. And yesterday when we were talking about, he said that what innovations we discuss, we are already doing it. So we only request you that we will keep doing the innovations in designing the systems, optimizing the system to bring the cost further down, and maybe to make metros more sustainable. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, we heard in the beginning from Mr. Antonio about the Madrid Metro. So I will have only one question to him, that how do you plan the renovation of your already running lines, which are fully crowded? So how do you make an effort to stop the services, take the block, and go for renovation with ensuring full safety for the traveling public?
Okay, I think one of the ideas that we have with this line 11 from the southwest to the northeast of the city is just to collaborate to reduce the crowded lines. And also with the interchange stations, we also try to reduce this quantity of people in those stations. If you create new corridors, maybe they look more interesting for our travelers. And also we are buying now new trains with new technology, and with better communications on lines, you can improve your frequencies. And that's the way we are working now. We have a model of engineering called Station 4.0, where we are trying our new models of all the systems in the station. Since you take your ticket or you get into the station till you get out the station, it's a model that they get all the information from users, so they can develop better systems and better models in the future stations and the old stations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Your metro is almost 104 years old, and when you started constructing the metro right from 1919, at that time all these standards which are mandatory to be followed today were not there. So do you face any problem with regard to the authorities in your country for the compliance of those standards, like maybe something to do with safety or fire standards, etc., NFPA?
Okay. In the old stations, the main problems you have to solve with sometimes with new infrastructure. You have to get a bigger station. Now we have done it in the Gran Via station. That was one of these 6 first stations in Line 1, and we have improved it with a lot of new systems and also increasing our surface. For example, in the session from yesterday, I mentioned that Santiago Bernabéu station is also suffering big problems with the crowds because of the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium, and we are going to triple the surface of this station. Now it has 4,000 square meters, and it's going to increase to 12,000 square meters because the station demands that surface. And also we have to think about our travelers need. It's time. There's a lot of competition between different systems, and it's important. It's an important value to have. They need to be comfortable. They need a safe mode of transport, and of course a quick mode of transport. All those things are in the decision. Being comfortable, being safe, they don't want to spend their time in a mode of transport. They want to be with their families or at home or just at work, but not spending 1 hour on our transport. So it's very important to get a good time when you change from one station from one train to another train in a combination that you need, or the time you get to get into the station that maybe is 30 meters deep.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now I will invite Mr. Anup Kumar Rai, Chief Scientist BL, to tell us something about their company and their work related to metro, please.
Good afternoon. Bharat Electronics is a Navratna company of Government of India, listed company, and we are multidiscipline, multi-product, multi-system company, and we are operating 9 locations across the India, and we have more than 20 business units, which well supported by a strong R&D base. And to support our customer, we have a very good product development and product support centers is there. So we are in the part of the defense company, and we are developing many product for the defense, wide range product, which start from computing, communications, warfares, and these products are runnings in almost all the equipments which used by the defense forces, start from aircraft, ship, and tanks. All this electronics is developed, and recently we are working on the missiles technologies, and so we are in the wide range of the products. And since whenever the country is needed to make the Make India programs, or this, Bharat Electronics play the greater roles. Few examples I want to give to you.
when 26/11 attack will happen in Bombay, the government has given the mandate to develop a systems very yes, we definitely it will cover. How it will cover? So the 26/11. So see this 26/11 attack. Then we have developed we want to that what is our potential. In a 4th month, we have developed 30,000 ventilators to save our country in the COVID environments. So such capability we have taken, and through this, when the government of India want to move the transportation in a big way and give to our citizens best services, we shift to smart city, and then we have decided that we have worked to the metro sectors. So in the metro sector, our life is not too big. We have started just 3 years back in the metro programs. And since we have the knowledge to develop the automations, so first we have did the automations program. The Delhi Metro officers came to our lab. They see the capability, and we started first product. We have to work on the signaling solutions. So all the 3 signal solutions, which called ATS, ATP, and ATO, which are the combined solution. So we have developed one solution. It's called the indigenous automatic train supervisory systems, which already running on the line 1. And we are working many metro programs for the future also, like a simulation. We have started the work, and then we are working the super skater solutions. So we are working, and definitely we are fully committed to the community. If the opportunities all the metro operator will give, Bharat Tunnels will play the greater role in these directions.
So thank you very much. I think we have already exceeded the time. So I will stop the session here, and I will request Mr. Gonzalo Alfonso to please give concluding comments and declare the session as closed, please.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Pandey, and thank you all for this interesting discussion. Well, to sum up briefly, I think it is fair to point out that we have witnessed the importance of the metro sector for urban mobility and the value that Spanish companies are adding to its development in India. In this sense, I would like to highlight key takeaways put forward today. On the one hand, I'm proud to witness the contribution of Spanish companies to Indian metro sector, as rightfully stated by Mr. Pandey, establishing with their partners and other local stakeholders and creating jobs and innovations in the country. This search for a win-win collaboration between all is to the benefit of all. We have seen the cutting-edge technology in station development and operations from companies such as Ayesa, Ardanui, Stemosa, and Colin Buchanan, as well as large manufacturers of rolling stock as CAF and of associated equipments and components as Teltronic. I would like to also highlight the extensive international experience that all of them have had, which has allowed them to improve their solutions and to efficiently provide the best service in India, always bringing forward key aspects like economic and environmental sustainability. On the other hand, I would like also to emphasize what Dr. Nina Fenton has stressed out, that the exchange of ideas and sharing of experience carried out in the framework of a fair like this one allows us all to learn and improve in order to be able to offer a better service to citizens, which is what this is all about. Therefore, I would like to thank the organizers of the fair and congratulate them for it, and to you, all of you, for your contributions to the discussions today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Finally, sorry, well, from ISEX and the Spanish Embassy, we would like to give you a small memento to the 3 main experts that we have had the honor to have with us today. So, please. To Mr. Antonio Lleras, Metro Madrid. To to Dr. Nina Fenton, European Investment Bank, and to Mr. Pandey, Metro Delhi. Thank you. Session is